Yes, and yes. We are back. UFC 312 was a load of crap. Hello, guys. Welcome to episode, what are we, 34, 35? Welcome to the episode. Listen, let us have a conversation about UFC 312. Just happened in Australia. DDP, headlined by DDP, Dricus Plesis versus Strickland. I'm going to also pivot into other conversations regarding Wei Li and a very impressive performance. Isreal Adesanya, I'm going to talk about Izzy. I know you guys at this point would think I'm glazing Izzy the same way Dana glazes John Jones. That's not a problem. I'll take all the heat. That's fine. But y'all must have forgot. Y'all forget a lot. And last but not least, I want to spin around the block and think about the potential for DDP versus Khamzat Chimaev. With that being said, let's have a conversation. I'm going to keep this video pretty straightforward. Don't want to... guys, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do as much editing in this one. I'm just going to freestyle and let it rip, right? So, claws out, dig in. Starting first with... Listen, the MMA community, the casuals, and the fans, and the technical dudes, fighters included, champions included, for the first time in a very long time, we all agree on one thing. Strickland, you absolutely suck as a fighter. Shout out to Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold was literally the first person that brought it to our general consciousness. I've always thought Strickland's style was crappy style. Never liked it, but if it maybe one or two fights I first saw about with the one or two earliest fights I saw with Strickland, it's been the same thing. We hear Strickland has very good wrestling, he has very good ground game, very good cardio. We've never seen it. We've never really seen this wrestling or the cardio. What we see is the jab and the Philly shell defense. What else? What else does this dude have? It's the same fight from his earlier career till today. There's nothing that has changed. And I think what pisses people off the most is the fact that he comes online and then starts to be in character. And he's in character and he'll say shit to hype us up. Listen, I understand you want to sell the fight, but bro, when you get in there, you have to fight. You have to fight. I have no idea how Strickland was able to beat Izzy. Listen, hey, fair and square, he did win. Off night for Izzy, but no excuses. Fair and square, Sean won. But how does Strickland win people? I don't get it. Some people need to take him to the ground. He's not particularly a great stand-up guy, as proven by Alex Pereira. He tried to trade with Alex, and what happened? Lights out. He's tried to trade with DDP, also the same thing. Got busted up in the first fight. Second fight, had his nose split in 6 places. Well, I've never enjoyed a Strickland fight. None. 0. Not one Strickland fight has ever made sense to me. And I'm at the point where I'm sick and tired of it. I don't mind the off-stage theatrics. Go right ahead, Sean. Say all you need to say. Build your social media. Build your brand. First, also, I don't think Sean Strickland is racist. I'm sorry. Anybody who says Sean Strickland is a racist piece of shit, yeah, you're just being overly sensitive. Sean Strickland, in my personal opinion, is not racist, and he is a very loyal dude to his friends, whether that be Bryce Mitchell or Chris Curtis, right? And I know, yes, there's been some issues with him and Chris Curtis, but Sean Strickland is not racist. In my personal opinion, I've not seen a racist thing he's done, but that's besides the point. Offline, you can build your brand, you can be the whole all-American badass guy. That's great. Do your thing. In the octagon, bro, that's where we have a stake in it. That stake costs 85 plus taxes, bro. And when we pay that money, we want to see a fantastic fight. We don't want to see you go in there and jab for 5 rounds, bro. Sean, the way you fought Sneeko, bro, that's how you should fight. Everybody. You can't have that level of action only during sparring, when you're sparring a weak-ass YouTuber, or only when it's 5 seconds to the end of a 5-round fight that you're involved in. That's when you have that kind of energy. We're tired. We are tired, bro. We don't want to see all that bullshit anymore. We're over it. We don't want to see it. And I speak for all the casuals when I say it. Literally all the casuals. I don't want to speak for the technical dudes. I don't want to speak for the fighters. But in this casual world, yeah, we reign supreme. And I'm telling you for a fact, we do not want to see your fight style. It's shit. It is crap. Look how he fought DDP. And I mean, DDP absolutely dominant in that entire fight. The last fight with Sean Strickland. Absolutely dominant. Representing my African brother. My African brother completely chopped you down. Now, I love DDP. He didn't get the finish, but at least you know he's trying. At least you know he's looking for the finish. At least you know when he says it's going to be a war, he means it. He's not going to be the dance partner who steps back. That is Sean Strickland. The fact that that didn't end in a finish, I don't blame DDP. I blame Sean Strickland and Sean Strickland's fighting style. I really do. And I'm sorry, the next pay-per-view, okay, let me make this very clear. The very next pay-per-view that Sean Strickland is on, I don't care if he's even in the main card. If Sean Strickland is on a main card moving forward, I am not going to pay money for it. Shit, I probably shouldn't have said that. I should take those words back, because you could put him on the main card with some really good other fights in the main card. Okay, great. Let me rephrase. If Sean Strickland is ever on the main event that is a PPV, I'm not watching it. This is it. I'm done. I'm done with this bullshit. This fake ass theatrics. Not doing it. I probably only watch him. I don't even think I'm going to watch Sean Strickland in a main event fight night. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm just very pissed. I feel like that fight was a waste of money. I'm happy DDP got the win. But this is all about Sean Strickland today. And just how completely dried up, how completely fucked that style is. I'm sorry. That's no other way to call it. That's an extremely fucked up fight style, bro. I'm not interested in seeing you fight that way. God damn it. It feels like I'm sort of feeling like how I did when Anthony Smith had his last fight. Sorry. Speaking about Anthony Smith, Mr. Anthony Smith, I'm going to pivot just a little bit. That move on Michael Bisping, that you did, where you went off, stopped taking calls, and went to start your own podcast after Bisping, you know, put you on his for the longest time? Dick move, that's a dick move, and you know it. You know that is a fucked up, messed up dick move. I'm swearing a lot in this video, okay? I need to tone it down just a bit. That's a very messed up move, Anthony Smith. And I know you may have these conversations off camera, and you probably, you know, have some conversations with Bisping off camera. That's great. You guys do your thing. I just thought it was a sick ass D move. Back to Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland, you suck. You suck ass. Big time. You will never be a champion. I'm sorry, I'm not shitting on you. It's just what it is. And if you're a champion, you will never be an exciting champion. Ever. Ever. When was the last exciting fight you were in? Really exciting fight. When was the last time you carried a real card that everybody wanted to see you? I don't know. Sounds to me like crickets. Yeah, I can't remember. Okay? And you have fighters even aligning with my thought process, but you know, most of them wouldn't speak this. They wouldn't speak this way. They try to be more politically correct because they're in the game, right? They are in the game, so they probably will be very mild, but not Bilal though. Bilal Muhammad was very straightforward in how he analyzed Sean Strickland's last fight. And I'll be very, very, very eager. Luke Rockhold, get back on the Jackson podcast and let's have a recap of UFC 312. Rampage Jackson, if you have Luke Rockhold around you, if you have Luke Rockhold around you, drag Luke Rockhold to your studio and I want to hear what Rockhold has to say. Because Luke Rockhold called it a long time ago. And he was right. And finally, the rest of us have caught up with it. All right, let's go and transition over to. Let us transition over to Wei Li, who just gave another successful, very, very, very dominant win, a title defense. And now, there's talk about Wei Li moving up to flyweight in the women's division. My dick is getting hard, but do you guys know what that means? Wei Li versus the Bullet. Actually, put it this way, I just thought about it. Magnum versus the Bullet. Boom! Magnum versus the Bullet. It has the potential to be the ultimate super fight in women's MMA. Two dominant champions like this. Two skilled martial artists on this level. Ooh, oh my Lord, I'm thinking about it. I want to see that fight. Because in the past, I've had moments where I did think to myself, like, if Valentina Shevchenko ever went up against Wei Li, what's that going to look like? And you have to understand something, right? Guys, if you follow Valentina's history, and I've said it before on this channel, that Valentina Shevchenko is my favorite MMA female fighter of all time. Valentina had two fights with Amanda Nunes. One was arguable. I mean, she lost twice, but it's arguable that she did win one of them. And for the kind of size difference between her and Amanda Nunes, who is considered the GOAT of female MMA, and Valentina took her to the took her to the distance. She literally could not finish Valentina. It was a tough fight for Amanda. Right? Yeah. It was a tough fight for Amanda. In fact, I put it to you that if Valentina Shevchenko was the same size, really, true natural size of Amanda Nunes, I think Valentina beats her 9 out of 10 times. It's just what it is. You could argue that that is not the case, but that is what I truly believe. So now you have a dominant champion strawweight and a dominant champion flyweight. Now they need to fight. Wei Li says she wants to challenge herself. Valentina will probably be looking to get that double champ status, which is something she's with all those rubies on her belt. This is something that I think will be really, really nice on her wall of fame. It will be very nice for her. Now, as much as Valentina is my favorite fighter, female fighter, I'm actually going to be neutral when that fight comes around, because that is the next fight for those two girls. When that fight comes around for two champions who have been so dominant and cleared out their divisions, cleared out newcomers, cleared out the old-timers, cleared out their divisions. They're miles ahead of everybody in the division. What they do, boom, you fuse them together. And I think whoever wins deserves it. Whoever wins deserves it. But it will be such a beautiful display of everything that martial arts represents. Discipline, skill set, mutual respect, and great sportsmanship. That is what we're going to see. We are going to see high-level martial arts. We're going to see really technical skills on display. That's if somebody doesn't put the other person's lights out, because both of them have knockout power. Don't talk to me about that kick Valentina, gave on Jessica I. Right? That head kick. Or do you want to talk about Zhang Weili's right hand that started the barrage of punches that won her the belt when she fought against Jessica Andrade? These ladies have all these things. And they can both wrestle. Clearly from Zhang Weili's previous fight, or last fight, you could see she out-wrestled the wrestler. Same thing with Valentina. Valentina actually made a statement with Jessica Andrade and a few other people that claim to be wrestlers and that she's just a stand-up fighter. I'm excited, guys. I don't know. I'm very excited for that fight. I really want to see what direction that's going to go. Uncle Dana, do your thing. You know, we're here for it. I will pay 180 plus taxes for that fight. Listen, I'll pay 2 tickets. I'll buy that pay-per-view twice. If you make that fight happen, please make it happen in 2025. Don't even think about making that happen anytime outside 2025. I need that fight to happen in 2025. That has the potential to be the greatest championship fight in female MMA history. It really does. Especially if you market it well. Now, I don't know what the spin would be in terms of the story. They're both so respectful, you can't really spin the whole bad blood thing, which that is the one that sells the most. Ask Conor and Khabib. The bad blood narrative sells the most. So there's no bad blood here. It's purely competition. That's the angle, that's the spin. Skill, talent, right? What else do we have? Skill and talent. That's the only thing you can use to promote this fight. Both dominant champions, both have cleared out their divisions, both are powerhouses, both are extremely fantastic martial artists, both are pretty popular too. Wei Li, more popular in China. But no, think about that. What if that fight happens in China? I don't care. Main event in China? Oh my God, UFC. That's just some financial strategy advice I just gave you guys for free. But let's just say they can't do it in China. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter where that fight is going to happen. That fight will be massive. I cannot wait. It's literally a dream fight of mine. The same way I fucking want to see Corey Sandhagen and Sugar Sean O'Malley. I want to see that fight. How good that fight will be. Oh man. Do you guys know how good Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen will be? Oh. Ooh, take it easy, boy. Take it easy. All right. I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to how this works out. At the press conference, post UFC 312 press conference, Dana said while he was answering questions, for the media, he actually said John Wei Li and her team were seated, at the backstage, literally waiting for him to come out so they can have a conversation with him straight up about her next fight. She came out of this last fight literally scratchless. She's ready to go. Valentina hasn't fought in about 3 months, maybe 4. She's ready to go. Came out scratchless also. Not much injuries from her last fight. Actually, no injuries at all when she reclaimed her belt. So this is a good place to be for both ladies. And I am very, very, very excited for them. Very fucking excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that one, brothers. What do you guys think? Who do you guys got? Who do you have winning that fight? Who do you think is going to be victorious? Valentina is my girl all day, every day. And I put my money on Valentina all day, every damn day. But this may be the toughest fight of her fucking life. It just might be. But then, probably when she looks back at Zhang Weili's fight with Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Yeah. Probably when she looks at that fight, right? She might look back and say, yeah, Valentina might look back and say, I beat Joanna, but Joanna really had a hard fight with Zhang Weili, and that might give her some confidence. Plus, there's a lot of footage on both of them. Bro, there's just so much footage on both these ladies that I know they're both going to come in there looking supremely prepared. It would be nice. I need to stop talking about this. Let's just get on to the next one. So if you watch UFC 312, you would have definitely seen Alex Pereira and Isreal Adesanya sitting together, having a great time. The whole Chimaev video, and I liked it. I liked the fact that they both had time to sit, no bad blood, very respectful as champions, former opponents, But then the UFC finally did something that I've been clamoring for the longest time. Kelvin Gastelum versus Isreal Adesanya for the interim middleweight belts. That fight was inducted into the UFC's Hall of Fame. And when I say yes, that is hands down one of the greatest fights of all time. I repeat, Isreal Adesanya, aka Stylebender, versus Kelvin Gastelum is one of the greatest fights of all time across all combat sports. I don't care. You guys can talk whatever shit you want to say. I don't care. And if you guys agree with me, listen, take the fist bump. But, boy, that was a fight. This isn't, And again, this isn't about glazing Izzy's dick. You guys just get off me with that shit. I like Izzy. When he loses, he loses. When he wins, I'm happy. But that fight was what won me over. I didn't really care about Izzy. I was like, who's this dude? When he first came in, he fought Anderson Silva. I'm like, yeah, nothing spectacular. He fought Brad Tavares. I was like, whatever. He fought Bronson. Derek Bronson. I actually thought Bronson was gonna kick his ass. Did not. Bronson won. Bronson lost. Whatever. Izzy? Kevin Gastelum? Izzy? Robert Whittaker won? Izzy? And what's his name? Paulo Costa? Those 3 fights. Those are classics. And in fact, I guarantee they should add Izzy versus Alex Pereira. Maybe 5 years from now, they should put that in the Hall of Fame as well, when Izzy has retired. Because that was one of his crowning moments. But in terms of fights, the best fight I've ever seen Isreal Adesanya in was with Kevin Gastelum. When you talk about a fight that makes or breaks you, that is a fight that made Isreal Adesanya. That fight taught him about himself. That fight taught him about digging deep. And that fight demonstrates that when you have the right dance partner for a fight, magic happens. When 2 people are willing to engage, holy shit moments happen. When nobody is ready to back down, and it comes down eventually to what's the word I'm looking for? When it comes down to attrition, a war of attrition in a fight, holy shit moments happen, and then we get to reap the benefits of it all. And if there was one thing that fight taught Izzy, is that he was somebody with a shitload of attrition. And same with Kevin Gastelum. Because I'm going to give Gastelum his flowers today. That fight broke Kevin. Because after that fight, he's never been the same. If you guys notice, look at Kevin Gastelum's career leading up to the fight with Izzy. And everything he's done after that fight. That fight broke him. Izzy went on to be someone else. Gastelum also went on to be someone else. Almost like a shadow of himself from prior to that fight. And if that sacrifice was made for our enjoyment and against Gastelum's career, he has to be appreciated. Kevin, thank you for that fight. Izzy, thank you for that fight. I will always use those 2 fights as reference points for all these things I've just said, all these attributes I've just said. That fight, Kevin versus Izzy, all day, every day. Another fight I will always refer to. You guys know this if you watch this channel long enough. Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington 1. That's another one that I said it here. Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington 1 is going to be in the UFC Hall of Fame down the line. You heard it here first. The dumb casual, Mr. TDC, aka your favorite casual commentator, said it here first. The Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington 1 will end up being a fight that is in the UFC's Hall of Fame. It will be inducted in the UFC's Hall of Fame. No doubt about it. I am so confident that will happen. Very confident. But I'm happy for Izzy. And, especially coming off that loss to Imavov. The truth of the matter is, Izzy is still a big name. Now, I've been asking, what is he, who's he going to fight next? He's still a big name. And I agree with Kamaru Usman on their part. He said something on the Pound for Pound podcast recently. He said Izzy is at the point in his career where he should just pick fun fights. And the Silva got there, and it's the truth. Izzy is at the point. It's not about I don't think he needs the motivation to be. I don't think he has. Rather, I take that. I don't think Izzy has the motivation again to be like champion or championship caliber. I think his motivation now is about money and fun, and it should be about money and fun. How many champions today do we have that were as active as Izzy, Volkanovski, and Kamaru Usman? Exactly. You rarely see that level of activity anymore. Champions who become champions. Oh, I want to take 8 months out. What the fuck? What are you? You're a champion. Why do you want to take 8 months off? Fight fucking 3 times a year. There should be a stipulation that each champion, save for situations where you have an injury, each champion should fight at least 3 times a year. Each one. No excuses. None. Except you have an injury, all champions should fight 3 times a year. It is what it is. Get used to it. That's my recommendation. Right? Nobody had that kind of activity that Izzy had. That kind of dominance. I'm glazing at this point, but I don't care. It is what it is. So, big round of applause for Isreal Adesanya and Kelvin Gastelum for being perfect dance partners and producing that classic. Like, I watch that fight maybe 3 or 4 times a year. I really do. I watch that fight 3 or 4 times a year. I watch Izzy versus, not Izzy. Kamaru versus Colby as well. I watch Conor versus Khabib at least 2 times a year. And I have been watching Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. Those are golden moments. Those are golden moments. Golden moments to always watch. Rory versus Robbie Lawler. Beautiful. Amongst others. There's just so many. Right? And the UFC did the right thing this time. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And to think that Izzy didn't expect it, but he accepted when it was given to him. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Izzy. Shout out to Kevin Gastelum. Let's transition to our last topic for today. This video. The Boers versus DDP. That is now going to happen. Sorry, that is going to happen. Sorry. It's going to happen. And I'm happy. I think Khamzat should have even fought for the belt maybe 2 fights ago. Khamzat didn't need to wait this long, but he's been patient. Khamzat Chimaev needs to fight for the belt. Hands down. And please do not make Khamzat Chimaev fight Sean Strickland. I don't want to see that fight. Sean's going to get ragdolled. He's going to get beaten. Because there's not like personal motivations with all the crap he's been saying about Khamzat Chimaev. I think if Boris gets his hands on him, the guys from... If Boris gets his hand on Strickland, it's going to be a very bad day for Strickland. Because those guys over that side of the world, they don't take this American trash talking or American talk. They don't take that shit lightly. That shit is very, very, very real for them. It's real. For real. It's real for them. So if you're going to talk a lot of smack and that guy should get his hands on you, and that, I don't think it's even about being in or outside the octagon. If he does, you better hope that Sean Strickland is strapped at that. And I know he stays strapped, so maybe that might be saving grace. But even if it wasn't, I don't want to see Chimaev and Sean Strickland. I'm tired. I do not want to see that fight. I want to see Chimaev versus DDP. I want to see how DDP's wrestling and brawling, I call it brawling. I want to see how DDP's brawling style matches up against Khamzat Chimaev's style. Chimaev's aggressive first, second round striking and wrestling. I want to see, can he take Dricus du Plessis down? And I want to also see, can he keep Dricus du Plessis down? Can Khamzat Chimaev do that? You know? Are they going to strike? Will his cardio hold up? Will DDP's cardio also hold up with all that heavy wrestling in the first 2 rounds? What's that looking like? Right? If Gilbert Burns could have done that to Khamzat in just 3 rounds, or Kamaru Usman taking short notice fights with Khamzat Chimaev, and many argue that if that had gone for 5 rounds, Kamaru would have won. What do you guys think? I don't know, and I don't care. That's why we have the fights, goddammit. The fights will determine everything. They're gonna let us know the answers to all these questions. We don't care about asking these questions and giving analytics or, you know, trying to make sense of it all. No, we don't care. We just want to see a brawl. We want to see a scrap. And when do you think that may line up for that fight to happen? I'm not exactly sure, but what I know is it might be 2025. Considering all things considered, it might be in 2025 that fight is gonna happen. This year is looking really good, guys. The year looks great. The year looks like it's gonna be delicious. So certain fights that are coming up. Oh, Mr. TDC. Mr. Dumb Casual. What is that dumb mind of yours talking about or thinking about? Nothing. Nothing. It's just pure pleasure. Thoughts of pleasure just watching these fights play out. And judging by Uncle Dana's demeanor when it comes to, you know, when he was asked questions about DDP versus Dricus du Plessis and Wei Li versus Valentina Shevchenko, Uncle Dana had this huge smile on his face. He didn't say it was a dumb thing. He didn't say anything. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. But, you know, if you follow Dana long enough, you know on Dana's face when Dana is thinking about some stuff. You know. We cannot wait. Ah, my goodness gracious. What's that? What is that going to be like? It'll be nice. Anyway, listen, don't want to bore you guys. I said I'll keep this one quick, and I said I will keep this steady. I think this was really just me trying to rant about Sean Strickland and just how completely diluted his fight style is. And I don't want to see more of it. I'm just tired. Tired of the whole Sean Strickland. What are Americans? Fuck all that. That was my American accent, by the way. You guys get used to it. That's my Sean Strickland man accent. Couldn't care less. Guys, if you've been here this long, I really thank and appreciate you, and thank you for supporting the channel. More content coming later. Guys, I mean, again, no excuses, but I'm just tied up with some other things in my real life that gonna keep me off the channel and doing the videos for a little bit, okay? I'm not gone. I'm just a little tied up. Once I wrap that up, you know, we'll be back here in full force talking about all the fucking news, okay? That being said, I love and appreciate you guys all the time. Mr. TDC is signing off. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. And last but not least, engage in the comment section. I love you guys. Peace.